Many of us enjoy eating all the wonderful food offerings at the French Quarter Fest, the Jazz Fest, and other great festivals around the state. And you're probably spending a lot of extra money doing just that, but is there a way to keep your household food waste under control and save money at the same time? Leslie Snadowsky, video blogger with Biz New Orleans, has some answers in tonight's Biz New Orleans Bizcast.
The two answers are eat what you have in the house and only buy what you need. It sounds pretty simple, but smart shopping is proving that you can reduce your food waste. It's green for its environmental impact and will let you keep some green in your pocket. If you want to smart shop, start looking at the sections in the supermarket that are selling the expired or last chance products. For example, you may not typically buy fruit if it's bruised or starting to go brown, but you can always repurpose them to make a sauce or a side dish. Some make chips out of old potato peels and throw carrot and beet tops into their salads. Those who are super serious about this issue throw old food into a compost rather than a trash bag. And if you buy only what you need at the market, your fridge won't be filled with excess food that you'll probably have to just throw away. Now, many supermarkets only like to sell good-looking produce and products because that's what most of us are taught to look for. But what happens to all the ugly and misshapen fruit and vegetables that don't make it to the store shelves? Now, there are ways to cut down on food waste and rescue those items too. Secondary markets have popped up all over the country that sell or donate these products. And if you can sign up with one of them for home deliveries, you can buy your slightly unappealing produce for about 50% less than you would in spending on the store. Now, there's one up north called Misfits Market that is taking names for its wait list, and then there's Imperfect Produce. Now, the closest delivery for them right now is Houston, but their reach is fast expanding. Companies like these rescue tens of millions of pounds of fruit and vegetables all over the nation. There seems to be a growing market for entrepreneurs to repurpose old food. Last year in New Orleans, the Repurpose Food Co. was a finalist in the Propeller Pitch NOLA Living Well competition. Now, that company used reclaimed produce to make nutritious, affordable baby food at low or no cost to underserved communities.
All right, thank you, Leslie. You can read more about this topic and other local business stories and see Leslie's Bizcast videos at bizneworleans.com.